Welcome to the live stream. Let me know if everything sounds good. I have some delay set. I have my DJA mic ready to go if I need it. We have lots of stuff to cover today. It seems like today was like the product release day. So welcome to tonight's live stream. Let me hit record. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I am Keith. This is Life Journey Productions Studios, and this is Tuesday Night Live every week at 4 o'clock, barring some crazy road trip or things like that. I have said hi to a few of you in the chat, but let's go ahead and dive in the chat. Then I'll give you an update what we're going to talk about tonight. Let's see, chat on the air. Hopefully this works. There you go. I have a little message there, and let's say hi to Hank, who had the front row seat. Good job, Hank. Followed by Doug. Thank you, Doug, for joining me. Tony in number 3. So we should have a prize each week for when you get here. I wish everybody, I could mail something to everybody. I can in the States, but it's kind of hard for some of you that come from out of state. It's good to see you there. Tech for Fun. You have a number of channels, so good to have you, Joe. Hello all from Joe, and I think that's it so far in the chat, which is fine with me. Hopefully some more people will join, but we're gonna dive right in. I have grandson hangout night tonight after our live stream, so we have lots to cover. I'm going to give you an update of in fact, let me get the keyboard out of the way and I'll tease this just a little bit. Glass case, DJI, mic, keyboard, glasses. Let's put the live streaming glasses on. I can see the monitor better, even though these need cleaned. So if you're just joining us, thank you for joining me. If you're watching this after it went live, we are live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Daylight's change has been taken care of, so we should be 3 hours from the East Coast, 3 hours later in the East Coast. All over, people come from Australia. We've seen some people from Europe, all over the United States, and it's great to have you. And then lots of people, about 100 and some people listen after the live stream. At least that's what the data shows me. I do have subscribe only chat on tonight, so please subscribe. 1 minute later, you can actually chat with us. So if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed and it is live, how do you know if it's live? There's going to be a little live icon on the bottom. So if you get behind the stream, you can click on that. It'll bring you up to everybody else. If you're watching this delayed, obviously, it's a little harder to interact, but it would be cool to still have you join me tonight and do that live. So let me just go through the chat here real quick. Chat on the air. I think it's still on. And audio is slightly ahead. Well, go figure. So if that's true, I am going to dial back some of our delay. Okay, let's try now. Let me know if that is better, Tony. Actually, I didn't see any delay. I have delay on mic 2, which I'm not using right now. I did not have any delay on mic 1. So thank you guys for having my back. I have 4 frames of delay, so let me know if we're good. And oh, that's cool. Camille is here from the Netherlands. That's really awesome. A bit late. Yeah, European fans. What time is it there, Camille? Let me know. Audio okay, lip sync okay. Remember to press record. I did press record. Thank you very much. Agree. Couple frames off. Are we good now? Yes, better, he says. Cool. Okay, so let's dive into tonight's show. I will catch up on the chat as needed. I made a little change. If I just make a change over here in OBS and put Skycam on the air, I can bring Skycam on the air now anytime. So I have a macro for that, and then now it's actually a DVE. So I don't have issues with it overlaying. And then if I go to the graphic, let me put that back on the air. Let's see, Skycam on. It fits right over the graphic. So that's kind of cool. So I can turn Skycam on and off, but I'm still using the same PC. So either chat on the air or Skycam on the air. So I'm going to bring chat back over here. And then chat I bring on in a key. So if I turn chat on, it's just bringing on the key. And there's Tony's last comment. It's good to have you here, Noel. And 1 a.m. Wow. I applaud you for being on at 1 a.m. I can't stay up that late lately. I don't know if it's because I kind of changed my routine. I'm waking up earlier, falling asleep in the evening. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that you get lots out of this live stream. The goal is to always be covering new stuff. I do want to tease a little bit my Studio B plans here. So let's see, I can switch to camera 3 here. So there you can see I have my plans right here, and we're going to look at those a little bit later, but that's just a tease. Also, we have a couple things that have happened today. So we're going to talk a little bit about this right here tonight. So yeah, it's on the screen because I'm just using the same thing I do for my logo, and that's a PNG file, so it's transparent. We're going to talk a little bit about that item right there, and we have this to talk about. So 3 new models at Blackmagic Design, and those are the video hubs. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about my studio plans a little bit later tonight. We are going to talk about these 3 new items. Little did I know that we were going to get blasted today. A shout out to Freddie. I don't think Freddie's on yet. Oh, let's see here. I think I see someone else jumped in the chat here. Is this over here only? There we go. So let's see, chat on the air. And let me just say hi here. Dennis Baker, thank you for joining me. And that is so awesome. And yeah, they didn't do a video announcement, Joe. I actually have Freddie Ponce keeping me up to speed. One of the things that he and I have kind of developed a relationship. My life is getting so busy. I am working 2 days again now in the Yakima Valley every Friday, Saturday. Those are long days. I drive up with a friend of mine, which I've talked about here before on the channel. And so those 2 days, Friday and Saturday, are taken up. I've actually been learning the 8K constellation and the console, Blackmagic Design console on Sunday mornings. So that's been getting up at 4:30 on Sunday, a meeting at the church building at 6:30, and then learning that console. So I was going to be running the show on Sunday, but I don't have to now. One of the guys that wasn't going to be able to be there is going to be there. So I'm going to be assisting behind the scenes and let the pros run the console for Sunday. But I did do a service on Sunday morning myself. It's a practice service at 9 o'clock. And boy, I tell you what, broadcasting live, being responsible for every camera, making all the cuts, setting up cameras before the cuts, and doing it all live is the craziest experience I've had. Now, this is a little crazy in here, but I'm used to it. I've been doing it for a couple years now, and I add more and more as we go, but that was crazy. So we'll talk a little bit more about that if we have time tonight. I don't have any slides, but so much was announced that I thought was important, and we're going to dive right into that here in just a second. Yeah, I don't know if you can call myself a broadcast news anchor, but it was a blast and very stressful. But I think I want to dive into this. Let's go to my laptop and my PC here, or me and my laptop. And let's talk about the new video hubs. Now, I don't know if you know anything about the video hubs, but I do. I spent a lot of time studying the video hubs, trying to figure out when you have a lot of inputs, right? And then you have monitors. I have the big screen TV back here. I have this monitor. Let's cut to this shot here real quick. I have this monitor right here that I use all the time, and I can flip it around so I can use it on the table set. And the chairs, I have 3 chairs, only 1 out tonight. So with that said, sometimes you want to send different things to monitors. I have a confidence monitor here over my main live stream camera. This is camera 2. So this is one set. This is another set. And I have a lighting change that I can hit to change the lights. Not working right now, but oh, there it goes. And then I can go back to this lighting set and switch back cameras. So again, wanting to change different devices, outputs, inputs, and I have extreme ISOs, 2 of them now. I looked at the video hubs, and I really think this is a really good solution for many people in their studios, because the idea here is that you have so many inputs, they're all SDI, and so many outputs. So we can look at the back of these devices, and there's 3 here. So each one of these, this is a 10 by 10, so 10 inputs, 10 outputs. These are updated, so they have super low latency. They have a number of different resolutions that they can do now. They've added some features. And again, I'm probably not gonna buy a video hub. We'll see. It might be something that makes sense for Studio B, but that'll be a decision later this summer if I do add anything like this. But the idea is you have all of your inputs go into one of these devices. So if you have 10 total inputs, and laptop, a PC, camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, an Apple TV, and the list could go on, right? You could have another PC for bringing guests in, a couple laptops for bringing guests in. Some people have 3 different devices. It doesn't have to be a laptop or a PC or a Macintosh. It could be a different device to bring them in using Ethernet. So again, you could have all these inputs going through one of these devices and then have the outputs going to your, so let's say you bought the 20, which is the second in the list. Let's say you had all of your inputs in your studio going to that hub, and then you have all the outputs of that hub going to your ATEM Extreme ISO. Then you can record every channel in your studio. Let's say if you have 20 things coming in and only 8 inputs going out into an ISO, you could record any of those 20 inputs because you can assign them to the output. So let's say you're doing a video at a table like I do. You could then send all those outputs to your Extreme ISO. I have 2 Extreme ISOs. So the reason this might be a solution for me, I'm thinking about, is because for recording, I can record up to 16 inputs, all 8 channels. And so I could send basically all of my inputs to this hub and then all of the outputs to my 2 Extreme ISOs. I could stream from either one of them because I would be then controlling the inputs from the hub. But I still want to switch in my devices. So this is like another level for thinking, but I wanted to talk about them tonight. So let's talk just a little bit about the hubs. You have a 12G hub now. So that means you can go up to 12G inputs. And I think they do up to 4K 60 frames per second now. I didn't totally dive into these because this was just announced earlier today. And again, shout out to Freddie Ponce for letting me know these were available. So you can see kind of the writing here. It says advanced 12G SDI 10 by 10, 0 latency video router. It also can do audio through every channel. So if you do bring audio in from a input like a laptop or a camera, obviously they're SDI inputs, SDI outputs. So if you have an HDMI output of your camera, you're gonna have to convert it. And that's going to happen if anytime you have HDMI needing to go SDI. But you could do super long runs. So for venues, these sound like a pretty good solution just to be able to bring all your inputs and all your outputs out. And so Aaron Preki had a hub. A lot of the guys that I watch had hubs, and now all of a sudden they came out with the new rack-mounted ATEMs, and now you have lots of inputs and outputs available. So Aaron isn't using his hub anymore. He has a 40 in and 40 out, but it doesn't record, it doesn't stream. So lots of things are changing. So if you just need to be able to have the ability to have as many inputs up to 40 and as many outputs up to 40, because again, you can send some outputs to your inputs on your mixers, right? Your switchers, excuse me. And then you could also send the other outputs to different monitors. So that means that if every input comes into a hub, then you can send that input to any output on the hub, and the audio will go with it. So again, you have a 10 by 10, so 10 inputs, 10 outputs. Then you have a 20 by 20, that's 20 inputs, 20 outputs. And then you have a 40 by 40, 40 inputs, 40 outputs. And then if we hit right here, we can look at the back, and so you can see it's all SDI. So you have all SDI. You do have an USB-C. You do have a CAT, so you can control this. You can also buy a device that Blackmagic sells for $7.95 that lets you control it. So let's say you want this device because it's loud and obnoxious, or you want it someplace else. You can control it remotely from the rack on your desk and not have all of those devices and cables going in, and that's really exciting too. So you can do all that over Ethernet. So you have a new dial, you have some new buttons, elegant design, it says. You have the monitor on the front, so you can view any input, any output, and you can also then see the information on the bottom of the screen. So supposed to be super intuitive, and again, you can get a device to be able to control it, and here they are right here. Here's the external control panels that you can get for those devices. And then here's what the interface looks like. So you can set up inputs with the actual device in the software, and the software comes free. And then again, you're able to route any input to any output. And if that's not confusing, imagine if you had 40 inputs and 40 outputs, and then you also had a giant console that had that many switching devices or a number of MEs. And if you don't know what an ME is, let me drag it over here and I'll show you what an ME is. When I'm using one of my switchers, I have one ME. That means I have my inputs up here and my outputs down here. But if you look at the new devices by Blackmagic Design that have well over 8 channels and have 2 MEs, then you're going to have a row like this on the top of your control software and a row like that on the bottom. Now you have to control both of those. So Aaron Preki, every Sunday when he does his live stream, occasionally you'll see him bring up the software and he has to control all of those devices. And he has to control 2 MEs. The other advantage of 2 MEs on like the newer devices is that they have 2 super sources. And so if you don't know what super source is, I'll bring it on the screen real here. Oh, actually I have super source on the screen. So I could make the other 2 boxes live if I wanted to. So there's box 3, it's behind that layer. And then I could also bring box 4 on the air. It's right there covering the whole back layer. But right now I'm only using a 2-box layout for showing me in this screen, and over there I have my laptop. And so super source is great because I can change inputs in that super source. So let's say in box 1, I don't want this camera, I want to switch to the other camera. It's that easy. So I could bring in my output number 2, which is timed out right now. No, actually 1. That's my drawings that I'm coming up. So I can bring any of those inputs into the super source boxes, but like we established last week, you can't bring keys into these boxes. You can bring things like colors into the boxes. I think, yeah, I can bring in color 1. There's color 1, here's color 2. I could bring in media player 2. Media player 1, there's just my logo. Of course, it's cropped. Here's media player 2, which is the background that I'm in front of. I could bring my laptop in there. So it's really nice with Super Source to be able to assign whatever input you want to these boxes. And now you can see the value of having Super Source. Well, imagine having 2 of those. Now I have 2 because I have my extreme ISO number 1 and my extreme ISO number 2, but I haven't been bringing super source on the screen from my extreme number 2. I just use it for extra inputs, and I'm bringing those into channel 2 or 3 and 4. Actually, let's say 3 and 4 in my device. So that is the software. The advantage of video hubs are this: they're quieter now, they are lower latency now, they have better interfaces, they are creating just newer versions of them. Technology's changed since the original video hubs came out. And so there are a lot of things that they are cleaning out. And again, you can control them from outside the device. They have done really some reclocking. So everything that comes into this device gets reclocked. That should really help out. And then you can see right here that you can do 2060p, 1080p, 720p, and then all the way down to 525, 625 SDI standards. And so there's lots that we could talk about this. If you guys have any questions, I will do my best to answer those. But again, you have the ability to walk up to these devices and route whatever you want to route, and you can do different resolutions. And they have 10-bet 422 available. And you can see that right down here. So deeper bit depth, they have 32 channels of audio that can go through one SDI. A video hub is designed to support the highest quality video. 10-bet is the most commonly used standard. And it says accurately, it's more accurate than 8-bit. You can route 422, 8-bit, or 10-bet video in any standard. And it even works with 444, 12-bit SDI up to 2160 30p. So if you get up to 444 12-bit, it's going to be locked down at 2160, and then that would be 30 frames per second. So lots of abilities. So here's your prices. It's $13.95 for the 10 in, 10 out. This is again the new updated video hubs. $23.95 for the 20 in, 20 out. $39.95. This is all US dollars, and that's 40 inputs, 40 out. Then you can get the smart video clean switch 12 by 12, and that will run the device above it, and that's $14.95. And that's got the LCD screen and all of that. So that's kind of the advantage of that one. And then if you get the Video Smart Control Pro, that will let you control the bigger devices, and they have 2 versions of that. I'm not sure what the difference between the Video Smart Control Pro and the Video Master Control Pro are, but as we dive deeper into these, and if I add one to my Studio B, we will see what they do. So pretty cool devices. Here's kind of the basic information if you guys want to do a screenshot or go to the site yourself. But here's a pretty good view of that. You can see you've got shortcut buttons, in buttons. That in buttons are right here. So you can bring in these buttons by hitting in. You can clear. So you've got the clear button, LCD for labels and video, so you can actually see video. So there's kind of the layout of that particular device, and obviously they just get bigger and bigger. So if we go back up here, you get a bigger device if you go with a 40 in, 40 out, and you also get a nice gigantic monitor. And it's kind of funny, the first 2 devices are the same size, but you can see how many more they can actually cram 20 in, 20 out in the same size format. That's a 1U rack mounted space. But the biggest one, 40 in, 40 out, is a W or 2U full size rack mount case. And so again, I can see some advantages of this device. I don't know how technical I'm going to get in Studio B. I do have some new ideas that I've been running by my circle of influence, so we'll see if I get even crazier than I am right now. So Okay, so let's catch up here in the chat. Okay. Yeah, actually, that's funny. Yeah. So let's talk about this for a minute. Aaron Precky and some guys decided to try to fool us. Freddie sent me a link to one of these videos. Aaron Precky was talking about on April Fools, as well as some of the other guys he hangs out with, about a new ATEM being released that does portrait video. He even took his device to try to let everybody know that they weren't really telling us the truth, and he turned his regular ATEM Mini, I think a Pro ISO he had, no, Pro SDI he had, or ISO SDI, and he turned it sideways, and he said that he found in beta firmware information about a new ATEM, and so it was hilarious. I caught on pretty quickly, and waited for them to let everybody know that they were joking around. But I can't imagine if anybody jumped on live and started talking about this new ATEM, but it was an April Fool's joke, and that's what Hank is talking about there. So good job, Hank. Hello, Akio. Good to see you. Good to see you, TVJ. Can't stay, but okay. Well, I'm glad you said hi. Sorry I missed your live stream last night, so you have a great evening. Let's see if anybody else to go in my got my chat over here too as well. For some reason on my PC, the chat is so much more delayed. I'm getting chat on my laptop well faster than chat on my PC. Maybe it's because I'm displaying it, or it's not refreshing as often. So I apologize, but I do get to see some of you in the chat. Let me put chat on the air. It's not displaying. Let me try that again. There we go. So again, hello, Jay. If I did not get that up there, Keel, it's good to see you. And I also see Dork Productions in here, but it is not coming in over here on my Wacom tablet. I don't know what the deal is, why I'm not getting all of the chat over here. But let's see, maybe it'll come in. So video routers are awesome tools. That's what TVJ said, even though I can't display it. So I totally agree. They are awesome tools, especially as you start adding more inputs and outputs. So any questions about the video hubs, what they are, how you might use them? Again, I hope I made that very clear. If these were the outputs on a video hub and these were the inputs, all of these inputs, right? If I brought in camera 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I bring those into the hub. I can then send them out to any output. Obviously, these outputs would have to be hooked up to a monitor or to a input and you'd probably want to get an extreme SDI. If you were going to use a video hub, that would save you a lot of converters. I have two ATEM Mini Extreme ISOs. They're HDMI inputs, HDMI outputs. There's no SDI inputs or outputs on my Extreme ISOs. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to start adding a bunch of SDI interfaces. I already have two HyperDecks that have two SDI outs that I have to bring in to my live stream. I convert one that goes to my my BenQ monitor. And if you have not seen my BenQ monitor, let's do this real quick. Chat off the air. And let me just bring up my Skycam, and then I will take you guys over via Skycam. Let's see, where am I at? So in Skycam, let me go up and zoom in. And I've been wanting to do this for a while, so let's just get this in the shot here as good as we can. Should probably get out just a touch. Okay, so I'm on the screen, that's on the screen. Sorry for the location. And I could bring that bigger, but I have, this is an SDI input. You can see in the Skycam view. So if I hit play on my HyperDeck, it gives me information. So the SDI output of the HyperDeck HD Plus actually gives you how much time in the time, or the time code. It gives you what codec is, which is ProRes 1080p 2997 frames per second. It tells you what SD drive I'm using, so it's SD2. It shows me how much time is on SD2. Drive number 3, which is a USB out of the back of my HyperDeck, does not have a disk, and there's not a disk plugged in to SD slot 1. I do have it, but I haven't plugged it in. So it gives you all that information. It also tells you the name of the HyperDeck I have up there. So the reason I'm using the SDI output is that information on the screen is not available if you use the HDMI output. So the new HyperDeck HD Plus, Studio HD Plus, actually has a HDMI out, an HDMI input, and an SDI out, and they put all the extra data on the SDI. So I've routed it to my BenQ monitor. I have my multi-view coming out of my Extreme number 1 right there. This is my PC. I'm sharing my PC screen right here, and I have OBS open, and you can see Skycam. And if I change Skycam locations, like back to this shot, you can see it changes right here on OBS on the screen. And I have, with my Skycam right now, I have 6 locations that I can program, and I use this during the intro, but I also use it for clients if there's something in my office that I need to show when I'm streaming, and I can take that off the air. I have a macro now, so, and I'm using my DVE to bring it on and off the air. So that's Skycam. Let me go back over here and turn chat back on. Okay, chat on the air, and finally got these to populate. Good to have you, Dork Productions. Let us know a little bit about you, where you're from, if you would like. This is that comment that TVJ made. DJ Ware, it's great to see you from Dallas, Oregon. DJ Ware has a great technical channel. So does Tony. So does TVJ. Joe has his new Blue Iris channel. If you want to know about Blue Iris, which is way over my head. Good to see you, Roy. Hi, Keith. Was enjoying all the HyperDeck series on your channel. Great content. Keep going. Yeah, I actually have a video. It's done. I have to watch it one more time. It's on the Stream Deck, and I've loaded in a profile from Sideshow Effects to run my Premiere Pro. So I actually can run Premiere Pro and cut and make edits from my Stream Deck XL. And I can also do it now from the new Stream Deck Plus. So I made a video on how to download those packages. I think they're like $39 a piece. So I paid $39 for one that will fit the XL Stream Deck and one to fit the Stream Deck Plus. The cool thing about the Stream Deck Plus is it has dials on it now. It also has a touch screen. So there's a lot more that you can do when it comes to editing, scrolling, scrubbing, all of that stuff, sliding forward and back on a timeline, hitting the edit button, sliding forward. So it's designed to speed things up. I haven't been doing a lot of editing with it yet because most of what I've been doing is videos on it. So my last video will be video 6, which will actually show me using Sideshow Effects plugin on my Stream Deck Plus, and I'll also demo a few things on the XL Stream Deck as well in that. So thank you for joining me. That's the next video I have coming out here on the channel, but thank you for watching my HyperDecks as well. Roy, thank you for joining us in Tuesday Night Live. That's awesome. Good to have you here, Freddie. I told everybody that you gave me the heads up on some of the things we're covering tonight. Actually, I think, Freddie, you gave me a heads up on all of the things, the devices that we're covering tonight. I think you sent me the link about Aputure's announcement last week, and I watched that. So we're going to talk about the new Aputure MC Pro here in just a minute. We've already talked about the new video hubs That was a link that Freddie sent me this morning, so thank you for that. And we're going to talk about the new Rode ME microphone kit. It's a new wireless microphone kit. We're going to look at that real quickly here in just a minute, and we're going to talk about Studio B tonight. So good to have you, Freddie. Thanks for joining me. Always good to have your input. And so it looks like you are from Lubbock, Texas. Well, it's great to have you. Dork Productions probably is not your name. So if you'd like to share your name with those people in the chat so they can get acquainted with you, please, guys, say hi to the new guest tonight. And if you have not subscribed and you're watching and you want to chat with us too and be introduced and be a part of the conversation, you're more than welcome. Once you subscribe, a minute later, you can chat with us. And if you don't like the channel, unsubscribe after. I am just trying to keep the chat down to people that really want to chat and be here. So that's why I have that turned on. Plus, there's no spam happening when you have that on because robots don't typically subscribe and then wait to chat. But we'll see. Maybe we will one day get bombed. So, okay. So I see Tony saying hi and glad I can help. I just do not have it on. I guess it just refreshes later. So there you go. Thank you, Freddie, for all your help. Again, this channel is not just about me. It is about those people who join me every week. I do this for the people. I do get some help with the channel financially. In fact, let's put our tag up here. I don't know why this is not on the air. I'll turn chat off the air for right now. So Life Journey Productions, that's the name of my business. Even though my channel's under Keith Bennett, this is Life Journey Productions. And again, I am Keith, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. So we talked about the Video Hub by Blackmagic Design. Now let's pop over to SuperSource and let's look at another device. And I think we're going to go here next. I'm going to save my favorite for last. So let's see. Do I like this page? Let's go to overview. Yeah, let's go ahead. So there we go. So the new wireless Me, we're going to bring this up a bit. The wireless Me is an ultra compact wireless microphone system that makes recording professional audio for your videos effortless, featuring the same iconic pocket size form factor from the original Wireless Go and Wireless Go 2, with innovative features like gain assist. So they've added gain assist, a higher quality built-in microphone, and transmitter and receiver, complete compatibility with cameras, computers, smartphones. The wireless ME is the perfect wireless companion for content creation, interviews, reporting, presentations, filmmaking, and much, much more. It's 2.4 gigahertz, you can see right here, 100-meter range, intelligent gain assist, again, is something that I think is going to be a game changer. It's got a built-in rechargeable lithium battery up to 7 hours, and there's just a lot here. An Australian company. I have Rode microphones. I'm a big fan of this company. I'm a big fan of Blackmagic Design. There's just a lot of good stuff coming out of Australia. I hope that the United States gets in that same area more and more and more. Some of the best microphones in the industry have come from Europe and other parts of the country, the UK. There's some stuff being made in Canada that's pretty exciting. I actually had a creator, a device creator, reach out to me this week. So we'll see. If you are in the chat tonight, you emailed me about some little lights that go on. You can stick onto your DJI Osmos and turn them either way. They have magnets on them, and you put this little sticker on that device. Then I would love to shout out, and you're more than happy to let the chat know about this new device. I'm not taking any devices from any manufacturers. I kind of set 2,000 subscribers as where I feel like my channel needs to be before I start reviewing devices from manufacturers. Now, that doesn't mean if Blackmagic Design reached out to me, or Aputure, or Rode on the Rodecaster devices, because I'm a big fan of Rode. You know, I have a Rodecaster Pro in a case now above my head. I have another Rodecaster. Actually, it's in the closet. I have a Rodecaster Pro 2 above my head. That's going to go into Studio B. I have a Rodecaster Pro 2 on my desk. I have Rode microphones, and but I have to tell you that this little microphone right here is about half the size of the one we're talking about. So it's really hard for me to think about putting one of these wireless MEs on my lapel, but it does have a better microphone. And most of these devices, and this one I believe as well, you can actually plug a lapel mic in it, but it does have an upgraded microphone on it, and there's lots of new features on this device. You can see some how big it is on his shirt. We'll zoom in on that, and then I'll bring that picture back on the screen. You can see it's quite large right there. I can't see myself putting that on, and I wanted to do a comparison. Here's this on my shirt, but what I love about the DJI mic, even though I am talking about that device right there, I just want to show you some of the pros and cons. This I can tuck under here and put the magnet on, and if you work really hard, you can even hide the magnet. But see, now all you have is the magnet showing, and you can actually hide the magnet up underneath. Like I could hide the magnet over here. That's why I unbuttoned this for tonight. Put the magnet right there. And then I could actually take this button and button it. And even though this is a tighter shirt, there's a kind of a bulge, but you can hide it. So in some shirts it hides, but now I have larges on, that extra larges, so they're a little tighter on me than the other shirts that I've been wearing on the show. But I'm going to leave that there because I might use that a little bit later. So updating it, making it bigger, better, not bigger, but better with better microphones with some of these new features. I do think that's really important for Rode. So again, one receiver, one transmitter for this device. There you can see it on the camera on top of, looks like a Sony. Maybe that's a Canon, I can't quite tell. But you can see it there on the desk, and you can see the size of this device. So, I mean, there's lots of things. See how it plugs into a phone. That's the other thing too. If I grab this receiver that I had plug into channel input number 2 on my ATEM Extreme ISO. So I have my Rodecaster Pro going into input 1, and I had this Rode lav receiver. So let's change cameras again. You can see about what size it is. You can see it's reading me. But it has the ability to change between a USB-C and a Lightning port. And then that, where's my phone at? That can be plugged right into my phone. And now my phone, if it was, you can use the USB-C version. They just slide on the back of the device. And I actually shot with this. I shot a training video up in Yakima on a product by Forest River. The rep came into town, so I grabbed the microphone I have right here, put it on his lapel. I became the camera operator. I followed him around, could read the audio levels as I was filming him. I got the audio levels right here, and I can swipe and lower the audio levels if I want right from the device. So I just love the ability to control it. Now this is about the same size as the Go's, but the receiver isn't. And so I really like the fact that this is a lot smaller. Plus my mic kit has 2 transmitters, so I could have a guest wear one. So I could have been recording the guy that was being trained. I didn't. I could have. I could just put this on him. And then in the case is the clip for putting the receiver on top of a camera. And this will actually, the receiver, if you have this on the receiver, you can actually pop it still inside. Even with the Lightning port on, I can drop it in here for charging. So I love the fact that these drop in. This is a charging case. You can see the level of charging right there. I dropped this. Now, the only thing that does not go in the case is the little 3.5 jack as well as USB-C cable, and that's why they give you the bag, and I put both of those in here. But the two transmitters, the receiver, the lightning adapter, USB-C adapter, as well as the clip to put it on top of a camera, cold shoe or hot shoe, all fit right inside that case, and then you can just zip it up like that. So I haven't owned these devices, but some of you have, so put your comments in. If you like the Wireless Go, let me know, and you can learn more about the specs on this device. Here's what comes in the kit. So you can see it right there. It comes with a little case, comes with two windscreens. Now, I don't know why it comes with two windscreens. Maybe one's a backup. I don't see a microphone on this. I don't know why you would have two windscreens, but go figure. So that is the new Wireless ME. And here's some accessories that you can get. I do like that you can snap it on this little handle and use it as a remote interview device. The extra clips are right here. And then they even have a mount that you can get. And it's just got cold shoes on it, so you can have two microphones on there, I guess, or a light and a microphone. So for whatever it's worth, I do like Rode devices. They have some great microphones. I have lots of Rode equipment. I even have a wireless Rode microphone that they came out with 5-6 years ago that I have, and it's big. The receiver's about that big, and the transmitter's about that big. It's like a little bit larger than a regular Audio-Technica receiver that you'd put on your belt, and then you'd have the lapel mic coming up under your shirt here. I even have Rode's high-end lav mic that plugs into that device, and I have a couple of their less expensive lav mics. So I'm a big Rode fan. That's why I wanted to bring it up tonight and just let you guys know that this has been released. And they also released some new software. I almost forgot. They have really good recording software for phones. Let's see if they talk about the software anywhere. Yeah, there it is. So the new Rode Capture software is available now, and it says Rode Capture is an easy-to-use ISO video app. So it is for iOS, and very powerful features for creating content that looks and sounds incredible. It offers direct in-app control of compatible Rode microphones for capturing professional audio and unique dual camera mode. So you can see that they're coming out with more and more things that will give you the ability to be mobile with a phone. And I think that's really good because the cameras on these phones are getting amazing. And I have 3 lenses on this iPhone 13, and now the Pro is out, and there's also great devices that you can get from other manufacturers. So, okay, so let's get chat on the air here. Let's go back to me and my logo, chat on the air, and let's just catch up here. So, here's information on Dork Productions. They call us DOR, capital K stands for Daniel and Karen. Been here plenty of times and subbed about a year ago. Dork BTW. Okay, well, sorry I didn't recognize you, but thanks for the update, and it is great to have you. So, yeah, pick mics. I've heard about these. I haven't done any testing. I've watched a couple of videos, but yeah, there's a new brand, Pick Mics. We should check it out. You've had it for about 2 years, and for simplicity, it's freaking awesome. So that's cool. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it very, very, very much. Okay, so let's roll on here. So let's go on to our next device, and let me steal this right here. Many of you know that I use the MC lights. I love these little lights. They have 2 magnets on the back, so I can stick them to things, and they'll stick. These are about $70, $80. They have a battery built into it. They can do a number of different colors. So I can turn them daylight. I can make them warmer or daylight or indoor lights, warm lights. Sorry, I can't think right now. I can change the colors, change the saturation. So again, I can really do lots with these lights. But to my surprise today, and this one's actually up lighting the Batman Lego, Batmobile Lego up here. And again, that's on my Skycam. And I think I can show you guys that real quick. Let's light up Skycam. Sorry about that. And where is that? There it is. So I have that light up here, lighting that. So it's right up here underneath my Skycam to give us some light up there. So that's pretty cool to have that light. Putting chat back up here so I can stay on top of that. So let's go ahead and roll this. So now they have a new Pro version. The Pro version is 4 times brighter. It still can run for about 2 hours. I don't think that's under full power. I seem to get a full live stream or more out of them if I keep them under 75%, and that's the regular Aputure MC light. You can get these in an 8 kit now. They're about $200 for one of these lights, and I came this close to getting one today. There was one company on Amazon that had some supply. As I was filling out the form, they had 2 left, and before I got a chance to submit my order on Amazon Prime, bang, they were out of stock. So it would have been a $200 investment, and that may seem a lot of money, but these little lights can be synced together. They've added better magnets. They've added better cooling. They've added better gels. They've added lots of cool stuff. So let's just go ahead and show you some of those things. I'm going to put some full-size slides up here real quickly. You have a new scrim that you can pop on there. It's a little bit different lights than what we're used to as far as what it looks like when you have it all lit up. There's the little softbox on top. There's the front and the back of the device. They have a whole new control knob. That little knob on the side is just a lot better way of controlling it. I think this is the same slide. Yeah, here's a little further away with some plants in the front. And I got this right off of their introduction video. But I really do think this excites me because what this does is it cuts the spill of the light down. So if I was to just jump here real quick, let's do this, and let's go mobile. Wow, I took the DJI mic receiver out of play here. This is probably going to be hot. I'm going to talk a little softer. Check. Test. So sorry about that. So I'm going to get up. This grid right here on this softbox, which is a nice photo softbox, actually cuts down the spill of the light. So I can zip this off by taking it off. I have another one right here off camera. What that does, it controls the spill of the light. Should have just used the on and off on the front of the Extreme ISO. So again, having this ability to dampen or actually cut down the spill of the light gives you way more control. So that little grid cuts down on the light spill. It doesn't seem like it make that big a difference, but it does. These lights really do spill. So if I don't have any kind of softbox on it, you can see it's pretty bright. This is only at, let's see, I'm at 32%. So imagine those new lights are 4 times brighter than this. So for $200, you're going to get 4 times the brightness of this, plus a broader spectrum of color temperatures, better cooling, better magnets, all kinds of cool stuff. So let's take a closer look at that. Let me turn this thing down. It's blinding me. Put this back up here for our outro. And I think I tweaked my camera. So, okay, back to this. And so you can get a kit of 8 with all the accessories. Everything fits in the case. There you can see a closer up look of the screen. I'm going to zoom in a bit to that. So there's the screen. There is some of the things that are in that case. Now I think it's almost $2,000. So 8 lights plus all of the accessories and a charging case. That may seem crazy to you, but what you can do with these lights, imagine having 8 lights that you can sync up with the Sidus Link app. Imagine 8 lights that you can make different colors. So if you were doing an outside scene or you wanted to have lights throughout your studio, you can coordinate these lights so that they go different colors. You can have them do all kinds of special effects, and they have better MIDI capability now than they've ever had. So there is the case by Aputure. I probably will end up owning this. The only reason I didn't get 8 before in the case they had for the regular Aputure MC light, these are the new Aputure MC Pros. Let me make that very clear. This is not the Aputure that I had in my hand. Those are about $80 with discounts nowadays. But these new lights are $200, but they come with all the accessories. We'll look at that here in a second. But you can get 8 of these lights and all the accessories in this kit. You can see you have the soft boxes, you have the screens, you have little adapters, you have charging devices. So it says in here, what do you got? The best suite needs cinematographer, gaffers on set. The MC Pro 8 light kit includes 4 1/4 20-inch baby pin adapters, 2 clamps with articulating arms for another even wider variety of mounting options. Comes with one of those screens for every single light. Now, the 8 kit only came with 4 diffusers. That was the other thing that was crazy, but everything fits inside this case. So it's so much better thought out, in my opinion. And I've got to take my hat off, even though I'm not wearing a hat. I need to take my hat off to Aputure. It really is a great tool. Now that I am doing videos, like I'm going to go for another shoot the week of April 24th down to Dallas, Oregon. And there's just a lot of things I can do. If we end up shooting at night, which we're talking about a fire scene, you know how cool it would be to be able to have some of these lights attached to some of the trailers behind me, and just different effects that you could do in scenes. And the video that they have, I'll roll up here, is pretty cool. There's the case. So go check out the video on Aputure's site. Check out Aputure's YouTube channel today, and you're going to see some of the cool things that you can do with these lights. But here is the case and all the things that come with this case of 8. So buy one for $200. I know that's a crazy amount of money for a light, but think about it. It's 4 times brighter. So that means it's almost as light as my $150, they were $200 key lights by Elgato. And there's no color in my key light by Elgato. So this has color, and you can also do daylight and warm balanced light with it, and even a broader spectrum. So, okay, let's see. There was one other thing that I wanted to talk about here. Here's a look at the side. Battery life, again, 2 hours of battery life. about the same as the current light. Better venting, they're better magnets. There's just a lot of pluses to this device, and I'm obviously pretty excited about it. But yet not ready to pull the trigger to spend that extra money on a kit. But I love it. Love their video, love some of the things that Aputure does and some of their lights. And so I have 5 Aputure MCs, and was getting ready to order another one, but I'm glad I didn't, because I was building my kit. And I actually built a case as well to charge mine. So I built this case. We'll open it up here real quick. So I can charge 4 devices here, 4 more right here from this hub. I have all the 4 diffusers right here. I have a battery backup right here, and they can all fit in here. 5 of them, I have room for 8 in this case, and I can charge up to 8 devices with this case, and I designed this and made it. And the reason for that is I wanted a case that would hold everything and charge. I'm not just I didn't want to buy 8 lights and only get 4 diffusers. Even though now I don't use diffusers that often, I would have been fine. These diffusers look better. Mine are aging over time. So these are kind of yellowing. Even though you can't quite tell, I guess you can tell a little bit. Those look like they're made out of a different type hard plastic. Hopefully they won't yellow over time. I just need to keep my case closed so I don't get a lot of yellowing. Okay, so let's see. I have chat available. Let's catch up. We want to get into one of the most important things tonight. Turning these off. Oops, forgot a magnet. Putting my kit away so I don't lose anything. Set that stuff down. I need to clean off the desk because we're going to get into something exciting for me, and that is Studio B and the designs. So let's just check the chat. Get a drink of coffee. And you can see I got the video playing right back there from Aputure on those lights, which is pretty cool. So, okay. So thank you, Tony. I'm going to say that this is always helpful. Please smash the like button if this channel helps you out. It helps the algorithm. And if you have not subscribed, let's see if that rolls tonight. It's the old subscribe button. So that's right. It's broken. So we'll just let it run its course. But subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Also ring the bell if you want to be alerted when I have another video come out, because I do have a video that should be out here very soon. Okay, so let's go over here so I can see the chat. They call, okay, I talked about that. Okay. Thank you, Tony. Please smash the like button. That looks like the last thing in the chat. Let's get into one of the most important things I wanted to talk about tonight, and that is Studio B. And the way I want to do this is, I think I'm going to go ahead and bring up, see, how do we want to do this? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, let's do this. How about this right here? Okay, Studio B. I have been working in designing. Turn my overhead camera on. I'm going to move this microphone above me. I apologize if you don't hear me as well. Let's see. I want to go right about here for right now. So what I want to talk about here real quickly is that Studio B is going to be a project, because Shannon and I decided that we don't want to rush into this decision, but we want to plan it really well. So we've decided not to go with the 2-car side of the garage. We decided to go with the 1-car side of the garage. And the reason that I have this screen on is I want to be able to show you my mouse. So the garage is 3 cars. And if I go to, let me see here. Yeah, it's live. If I go to, well, that's not going to work. Let me do this here. Let me put this back on here. I just like using the magnets better. Sorry. Okay. We will get into this. Please stand by. Mic 2 looks hot, a little hot. Okay, so let's do this. Let me know if you have audio. It looks like I have good levels. I'll try not to talk super loud. We're going to get this microphone out of my way. And what I want to do is I want to switch over here. That's going to make a shadow. Okay. Looks like we're pretty lined up. Let's cut to a different input here real quickly. Super source. Box 2. Let's go. There we go. So these are my drawings here. That is my hand. Again, the power of super source. And the reason I wanted to show you this is down here is my 2-car garage. If I zoom out in my software here, I don't have the ability to show you the garage. And so this is a little bit better view of the garage because there's a stairway that goes up inside the house. The entrance of the house is right about here. And then you go right in. Left is the bedroom and master bathroom. Right is a hallway down here to my studio, a bathroom and 2 bedrooms down the hallway. And that would be straight up this way. Entrance to the house is right here. Obviously, this is my wife's garage for her car. And then below that, in the picture over there, is a 2-car garage. We were going to use a 2-car garage. We decided to go with a 1-car garage. I say all that to say that that means that I have to take the space and I'm going to have to create a hallway inside the garage. So right now, if you come through our garage, you got 2 cars over here, down here. And that's a little bit inset. This garage comes out a little further. Here's my wife's garage door. And then if you come all the way in, you can walk right in the door of the garage from all of this space. In fact, a 2-car garage comes all the way back underneath the stairway. And then once the stairway disappears upstairs in the bonus room, which is above the garage, then you have actually more space in the 2-car garage. And we just couldn't figure out what to do with our cars. I didn't want to drive a car in a studio. It made no sense at all. I want it to be a complete studio or not. So in talking about it, we decided we'd use this space. I've got the measurements right here. It is 23 and 2 inches deep. So this garage is 23 feet 2 inches. I need to put a hallway in here. There's storage underneath the stairway. But not only did I want to put a hallway, I don't want to have my cabinet that's right in the drawings right here. It's in the corner in the other 2-car garage. I want this cabinet where I keep all my travel supplies. So I have soft boxes in there. I have things that are not needing to be climate controlled. I keep a lot of the other stuff, cameras above my head on a rack. But I want to fill this, because this will be heat controlled. I want to fill this case up with all of those supplies that I don't have to worry about temperature anymore. And then this is going to be a little battery charging station, workstation. So if I need to work on something and junk up some counter space, it's going to be right here. I'm going to have a pegboard. This is going to be a wall. So I've got to add this wall, and this wall. And then on this side, you have that cabinet moving from the back of the garage into here. I will have a desk space here with a charging pegboard right here. On this side, I'm going to have a Rodecaster Pro version 2 right here to control the audio for this recording area. I'm also going to have a Rodecaster Pro in this corner. So I'm going to have a Rodecaster Pro here once I move everything into the studio. This will be my new desk, and I'm in a corner desk now, so this desk probably won't move in there. I'm probably going to move this desk potentially into my bedroom. I had it in there before, so if I come home from work and I just want to fire up my laptop and get some work done, I'll go in there. And this will be more for broadcasting, live streaming, podcasting. And so then I'm going to have a camera right here shooting the wide shot. I'm going to have a camera over here. This will be a stand, but this camera also could be moved if I need to, shooting this direction, and I'll have another camera here shooting this direction, and there will be other cameras in here as well, but I wanted you guys to see my drawing. And then I have some lights laid out. So desk on this side of the wall, a new door, a new garage door right here. So this pony wall has to be made, and this is actually under the stairway. So underneath my wife's stairway going up to her office is underneath the stairwell. And so we'll have some storage under here with shelves. A file cabinet will go right here, a full-size file cabinet underneath the stairway. And then on this side, we have an ice chest that will be in the regular garage. Don't need to keep it hot or cold because it's always on. And then I'm going to have some heaters in here. My wife is going to work where I normally have all of my tools in here. And then she'll have a corner desk for her stuff where my other cabinet was. So this cabinet's going to move, and it's pretty big. So desk on this side, which I'm going to build in, and then the green screen. So let's switch back here to my laptop. So here's a look. Here's the stairway inside the house. Here's the entrance to the house right about here. And then I have 2 layers on this. So that's the light layout. So let's pull this layer out of here. Can I pull this layer? Nope. This is actually, this is my main drawing. So I just messed up my main drawing. So I put everything together right before we went live because it was too hard to do overlays live. So these are going to be auto pulls. And if you know, I have an auto pull back here that's going across wall to wall in the ceiling. I have 250 RSs on that pole. You can see one right above my head. And actually, if I go to the Skycam, I want to show you guys this real quick. So if I go to Skycam, which one of these is the best shot up there? Ooh, I did move it. So it is no longer ready for prime time. So let's bring this back over just a little. Bingo. Okay, let's bring that on the air. Skycam on the air. So there you can see right there I have an auto pull. So in that picture right here, those are auto pulls going across right here. So auto pull 1, so I can move it left or right. There's going to be power in the ceiling when I do this. I already have one outlet up there. We're going to cut into the ceiling and bring more outlets out. I have a special circuit for lights already in the garage. So, and I'm going to be adding more power. So there'll be a light auto pull right here, auto pull right here, and an auto pull right here. So let me cover these lights and then we'll take some questions. I have my 2 soft boxes in here. Eventually they're going to move and go in this room. They'll be mounted on the ceiling. So, and that ceiling is taller in the garage. So I'm going to be able to get them up out of the view. So right now you can see that one behind me. That's not going to be a problem anymore. And then these poles can be moved because the idea is to put the lights on these auto poles. And right now I'm using those 50 RSs back there. Again, let's go back to me and the logo, turn Skycam back on. So those lights right there are great video maker 50 RSs. They have some newer lights, even brighter lights. So I'm going to be using some mixture of some wirelessly controllable lights for that studio. And I'm going to be able to put them on auto pulls so I can move them forward or back in the studio. So that auto pull can actually be untightened up and it can be moved. So there'll be 3 of those. And then I'm going to be building a proper green screen. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that out of fabric yet. I don't know that I want it permanent, but it's going to have green screen on the floor, green screen on the walls, no green screen on the ceiling. There's going to be a sound panel that's going to go above this. The garage racks are coming out. The garage door is coming down. Actually, no, the garage door is staying in. I apologize. We're going to insulate back here behind the green screen. So I'm adding a very inexpensive fake wall with insulation in and sound dampening. And then I'm going to build a green screen around here. And it's going to be fun. The reason for that is I'm going to be doing a channel with my grandson, Dominic. We're ordering our first professional collecting 1/6 scale figure. It's going to be Miles Morales. We'll talk about that briefly on this channel to promote the new channel. But he and I are going to do an unboxing, and then we're going to do a kind of a history of Miles Morales, the character, Spider-Man character, multiverse. And we're going to be starting a channel. So he and I, every month to 2 months or 3 months, are going to buy a expensive 1/6 scale figure. They're anywhere from $250 to $500. So he pays half, I pay half. And then we're going to have some of these figures on display in my studio and his studio, which is his bedroom. But we're going to go over there and do some remodeling in his bedroom to give him a really nice display. And so I will actually have some of these figures on this channel just to show them to you, have Dominic on the channel once or twice. But the green screen is going to be used for a number of things. We're going to have some real sets in there. And we're going to have some fake sets in there. So, for instance, when we do the unboxing of Miles Morales, I'm going to be able to take the logo art, and let me go ahead and see if I can bring that up on the screen here. Let's change to this. Only showing you this just to give you a little idea about what we are going to do in that display. Let's see if I can find a picture here. I should have been better prepared. I apologize. Okay, so let me just switch to this real quick. So there's some graphics like that that come. There's a display. I can't find it right now, the box art. But I'll be able to do that box art full screen on a green screen behind us when we're doing this. I'll be able to show some video footage, some slide shows behind us. It's going to be high tech. His channel, what we're doing there is going to be very high tech. The green screen is going to let me do whatever I want behind us. And so it's going to be exciting, and I think you can tell by my tone that I am a little bit excited about what the potential is. And again, I want to do this to build the rapport and relationship and encourage my grandson. He's adopted. He and his brother and sister were adopted by my daughter. They grew up as on the street and living in back of cars, and ended up going into the adoption program. My daughter did foster care, fell in love with Dominic and Becca. Then Logan, my youngest grandson, was born, and my daughter adopted all 3 of these kids. And I want to invest in Dominic. He's a teenager now. He's going to middle school, and I want to make sure that we work together. And he loves these superheroes. He loves these characters. So this is my way of inviting him into my world, helping him create a channel. And hopefully he'll become excited about YouTubing like I am, and we'll see. But we're going to build a channel over a period of time, probably get about 12 videos in this next year, hopefully. And it'll be fun for him and I to do that inside the studio. Now, obviously, we got to get the studio built. So we may do a couple things on my green screen right now that's in the other 2-car garage. But back to my plans here. So let's go box 2, go back to my camera 3. So again, these are designed to be able to work in here and do clients like I'm doing in here, because this room will probably be a guest room / man cave. I may end up having to bring Shannon's mom in here. She's having treatments right now for cancer. We'll see how that goes, but we want to be prepared. So I'm working extra hours right now. We're going to be putting some money away to build this, and I have to add some more lights, some auto pulls. I'll have to add maybe a camera. So there is some investment in there, sheetrock, 2x6s, treated lumber, lots of things to do to make this happen. And then the good news is there's some heat right upstairs. That my wife's office upstairs gets super cold, super hot. So we know there's plenty of heat going into that space. I'm gonna be able to tap into one of those ducts, and we're gonna buy a really nice damper that will control where the air is going. So when I'm not in the studio, all the air and all the heat goes upstairs, but when I'm in the studio, it'll be divided depending on how hot it gets. So we're investing in that. That should be done. And I'm gonna actually have a real designer take my plans, come in here and help me decide where every outlet's gonna be, where every cat cable is gonna be. So I know that planning is important, and so that's what we're doing right now. So that's kind of a look. I have a layout here. I didn't put the soft boxes in here. They're actually in here, and I erased them. But some of these lights, let's go back to this. So again, stairway is inside the house right now. This is the outside garage wall. This door is here. This wall is already here. This wall right here is already here, but I'll be adding from this all the way down. This will actually go, this wall will go all the way and have the door cut into it with a header. I'm going all the way up to the ceiling in the garage, and then this pony wall will go up until it touches the underneath the stairway. And then if you go in the house, you go up the stairs, and Shannon's office is above here. So again, not a lot of noise coming through, but that's one of my concerns. So we may pull some sheetrock back here to do some extra soundproofing up here in the floor, but there's already R30 in the floor. I may just add some soundboards and some dampening right above this part. Her office is out to about this line. So this is all bonus room upstairs, and so it takes up part of this. There's attic up here, and there's an attic access right about here that I'll be keeping. I can put some supplies up in the attic. There's no insulation up here right now, so I gotta have this whole area insulated. There's only insulation underneath Shannon's bonus room upstairs. So this will be a new wall. This will be a new wall. This will be a new wall, a new door, and then I'll come into my studio. So 23 feet this way. I'm taking quite a bit of it. So this will be quite a bit bigger than the room I'm in now, but it isn't gonna be huge. So functional, it will work perfectly fine. A little bit more floor space than I have now, and I can do my podcast right here. If I want to, I can do it back on the green screen. We're gonna take pictures of what this room looks like when the table's set right here, with the table, without, so I can put those still images up, and it will still look like, and I'm actually gonna get video footage of this room, so I'll be able to still make it look like I'm in this looking scene in the other room. So don't get me wrong, we're gonna be taking some video footage, and I will be able to show different angles of this room in that room, so it'll be a lot of fun. So that is the plans. This is the update. I spent about 4 days. This is to scale, and I do have a friend that is a designer who's gonna take this and make me some better plans, and then I'm taking that to a guy who designed my last recording studio. So he's an architect, and he did a great job. So I have pictures of what all this garage looks like with no sheetrock on it. I know where every cable, every wire goes. I made sure I shot video and photographs, so I am set. And I read all my extra power for this room right through the ceiling. The power cable goes like this, right past underneath Shannon's upstairs office, and it turns around and goes right here. I have a circuit right on this wall right here that I had designed, dedicated dedicated circuit, and I have a circuit that's in the ceiling right here that's a dedicated circuit as well. So I can bring that circuit down right here to power all of this equipment, and this circuit right here is going to do the lights, and then I'm going to pull 2 more circuits into this room because I'm going to need the power. So crazy things happening at Life Journey Production Studios, and I never thought that I would move out of this room, but we'll see. And I'd love to have a guest bedroom. So one of my grandkids could stay the night. So this is going to be a man cave slash bedroom, and it may be a temporary home for my mother-in-law if that is necessary. So enough said, let's get to the chat, wrap this night up, and see if you have any questions about my new Studio B, and I'll be happy to answer those. Any other questions? And then we're gonna roll and get out of here tonight because I have a night planned with Dominic to go talk about our first 1/6 scale figure order. He's gonna stay till tomorrow, and it's gonna be a blast planning. I can't wait to show him my plans and my drawings. He has not seen these yet. So tonight, he and I, actually tomorrow, we're gonna be spending some time in the studio talking about the plans for our future channel together. I'm not going anywhere. I still will be on this channel. I'm actually planning on starting a couple podcasts this year as well. It's going to be a crazy, crazy year. Okay, so I am getting tired of hearing my voice, so let's not. Let's listen to what you guys have to say. Let me turn Skycam off and chat on the air. Chat Skycam off, make sure it's off, and chat on the air. And I forgot to fix the shading that happens. So if I take chat off the air, things brighten up. I put chat on the air and things darken up. So I apologize for that. Yeah, Joe, it is a big project, but I like projects. They motivate me. So Freddie, I don't understand all the details, but Studio B will be awesome. Well, Freddie, ask me any questions you have about the details. If anybody on my channel has earned answers you have, it would be so cool to have some of you here at the studio. And if you would like to come, I would put you up. So those of you that have been on the chat and been on this journey with me together, when we get going on Studio B, I would be happy. We'll have to see what happens with Shannon's mom, but I'd be happy to have you come in for a couple days and have you on the live show and give you a tour of the studio. That would be absolutely a blast for me. But Freddie, if you have any questions about Studio B, we haven't started building yet. I'm in the planning stage. You can see I have quite a giant pad here. Lots of more pages that I can draw on, and this is real drafting paper, and I bought some drafting pencils. That's not my gift, but I do think spatially, so I can already envision the space same way I did this room, and it will be a lot of fun. So please ask me those questions. Would be nice to see a walkthrough show and tell of Studio B now that you have things figured out. Yeah, I am going to do that, Tony. Thank you so much. Shannon and I are been waiting for the weather. We had snow yesterday morning, believe it or not, 2 inches of snow here in April in the Tri-Cities, Washington. So we're in the southern, eastern part of Washington. It's desert, so it can get cold. And yesterday at about, I would say 9 o'clock, snow started blowing sideways, and we had 2 inches of snow. It melted by early afternoon, but I can't believe it snowed. So once the weather breaks, Shannon and I are going through the garage. We've been slowly getting rid of stuff. She cleaned out closets this week. A bunch of stuff went to Goodwill, and now that means we have more closet space in the house. So some of the things in the garage may go. I've downsized, so a lot of my clothes hanging in my closet right now are going to go away. This is a new shirt, so Shannon and I need to do some more shopping. We're trying to see what fits right now, and I have about 5 to 15 more pounds that are going to go away, mainly because I'm eating completely different. I'm trying to walk every day, and I do want to start getting to the club here this month as well, only because I want to be in the best shape I possibly can to work with Dominic, to work with Shannon's mom, to work with my family and the other projects that I have going. And when I went to Dallas, Oregon, and I did the shoot for 2 days using my DJI gimbal, my large one, it killed me. My back was hurting. My body was hurting. I was exhausted. I just knew I needed, and I was already getting in better shape. So going in April, I will be in better shape. I'm already starting to work out, to walk, and I just need to be in better shape if I'm going to do these kind of shoots, be the lighting guy, the audio guy, and the video guy, and also a producer, and you got to roll. So, and I'm doing all of these projects, these extra projects to pay for some of these projects in the house. Also to retire all our debt on our house. I want all that to be gone so that Shannon and I can just focus on the most important things in our life, which are our family and our kids and some of the things that we love to do. This is one of the things that I love to do. And so I don't plan on going anywhere soon unless YouTube shuts me down, and I'll pop up someplace else, trust me. So any other questions you have tonight before we roll? I'm sure you guys are ready to get out of here. But thank you, Tony. I will definitely do a walkthrough in the next couple weeks. I'm going to have Dominic on the show in the next couple weeks. Maybe Dominic will be here for the walkthrough because he's going to be a part of the studio as well. And the other reason I'm doing Studio B is I'm going to need a little bit more space for all the things that I want to do. And the green screen just gives me, what the green screen really does for me, guys, the biggest thing the green screen does is gives me a little bit more options in the space. So I can do some digital things as well as some physical things. So I will have some props still. I still will have a table for doing unboxings. I will probably still have this corner shelf in the background. I may even have a TV. I haven't decided yet. There is a way to do a TV. Let me show you guys this real quick. So on this wall right here, I can do a swing out bracket. So I can have a very large TV right here. I probably will do this wall because I like having a camera in the corner and doing this view like I'm doing now. Now I'm shooting to this corner right now in the studio I'm at. So everything would be reversed, which will take some while getting used to. So I still will have a monitor behind me. So a lot of the look that you see right now is going to be the same. I'm going to be able to do a fake look like this if I want to, but I really want to make some changes. So I may have a giant swing out TV so I can swing it into this set and then back to this wall. So it would pivot right about here. So it could pivot all the way back in here, this part of the space. So it could be behind a podcast if I need it. And then over here, so it's behind me in this shot, going in the corner. And again, with a camera right here shooting wide at my unboxing table, a camera right here for interviews, both sides, and then I'm going to have a high camera right here, and then I will have sky cameras in the studio that are all going to be probably attached to some kind of PC, we'll see. So lots of things to work on, but it's exciting. I do like creating. It's a lot of fun. We'll see what I do with my 2 extreme ISOs. We'll see if I add a video hub. I'm sure I'll be adding some new MC Pro lights to my travel kit as well as in the studio. And I have one on that shelf. I have one on this shelf. I have one in the corner shelf. I have one up here. So I think I have all 5. I have a red one on the shelf. So I have 2 on the shelf over there with Batman. So a lot of fun. So any questions that you guys have, I agree with Tony. Cool. I'm glad, Freddie. Are you going to cover 3 walls of the floor with green screen? 3 walls and the floor? Yes. So the floor will be green. I don't know how yet. They make some vinyl fabric that you can put down. I'm even thinking about a reversible green screen. I haven't decided yet, so we'll see. But if I design this myself and build it myself, then I can do just about anything with it. So it's going to be angled corners. I meant to have a slide ready for tonight to show you. There's a couple companies that make Let's see if I can find any real quick in images. This is a pretty good look at kind of what I'm going to do, Freddie. So, see how this is curved in the corner right here? Let's zoom in. Doesn't want to zoom in. But, so to get good lighting, you need curved edges here, curved in the corners. So this is a company that makes green screen walls, and you put it all together. I'm creative enough, I don't think I need to buy one of these. They're very expensive. I've priced them before. So I want green floor, green walls, and then I can do whatever I want in the background. And then again, some very professional lighting in there, because to get a really good key, I mean a quality key, you need to have quality lights. So having all of these lights, so this light shoots in the corner, this light shoots on the wall here. Some of these will be aimed on the back wall, some of these are down. Some of these lights will light the floor. This will light this wall. This will light this wall. This will be a hair light most likely. I can make any of these lights, and I may end up with a different layout, but this is just planning it, because you got to light the floor, the corners, all of that to get a good key. So imagine that was a green screen wall behind me. Like this whole room was a green screen, right? So that's one angle. Here's the other angle, so you can see the MC red light up there lighting Batman. I have another MC light hanging right there. I have an MC light right there. So I use them. There's one. There is two laying right in front of Batman. There is three, one, and that's a magnet holding it right there on that shelf. And then if we switch camera angles, I have two back here too. Let's get out of the way here, this side. I have one right there, you can see it. And then I think I have one hanging up there, or somewhere lighting up my Pelican. So I have 5 lights in this studio right now, and I need more. So again, having all of those lights to be able to light that green screen, and not just the green screen, guys, right here is where my unboxing table is going to be. And that's why I'm thinking about this being reversible. So this piece right here would be broken right here and be able to be turned around to this wall. So I haven't quite decided yet. So if I was going to turn it around, then I would have to go curved right here, so that this would rotate onto this side. But I haven't figured all that out yet. So that's why I designed it with auto pulls, so I could move things around. And again, you can see I have an auto pull back there behind me. Right up there is the auto pull. So this auto pull can come down. So, and it can go vertical from floor to ceiling, or it can go wall to wall. And I want to get like 3 or 4 more of those, because they're just great. So they're great tools. Also great when you're going to do an indoor shoot somewhere and you need to get some lights up. Keeps all of the garbage off the floor. I just wish this room had more power in the ceiling. So the new studio will. So I'll have the ability to plug things in. Everything will be above my head. And I could also do a rack. I'm considering doing that to hang lights off of it. But again, auto pulls are very mobile, and that excites me because you can make the changes that you need to make in that studio. And the studio is small enough to where I could run auto pulls the other direction. I could run an auto pull from here to here as well. That's why this would need to be a solid wall. But again, this is going to be a solid wall. This is going to be a solid wall. So most of the auto pulls are going to probably go right to left. And you can see the room is 11.6 wide. That's a little wider than this room right now. I think it's 10 foot 2 inches this way and 11 feet this way. So this room is going to be a little bit wider, about a foot wider, and I think 3 or 4 feet longer. I can't remember. I forgot to get this measurement right here, but I will have that measurement and I'll walk you guys through it with the cars out of the garage. But we have a lot of cleaning up to do inside that room. So that's all I have tonight. I think I still have Freddie's chat up here, so let's do chat on the air. Special shout out to Keith for all the time and help he personally spent with me on the adapters. Yeah, I got a chance to spend some time with Hank. That was an absolute blast. And so thank you for sharing that, Hank, and appreciate that. So anytime I can help you with a free 1 hour consult, it's 1 hour per person, preferably. I do have a program where I take on clients and I teach them how to live stream, how to use Stream Deck, how to use Companion. I did 2 of those meetings in the last 2 weeks, setting up Companion with OBS, setting up Companion to control the ATEM Mini Extreme, the Pro. So again, not that I don't use a lot of Companion buttons when I'm live, but I do know how to use that software and teach people how to do that. OBS for live streaming, how to use OBS to record intro videos. That's how I record my intro video on OBS every week. I create a still image. Right here, this is my what's the deal here? This is Adobe Illustrator right here I have open. So here's just the lighting that I created today using some still images. And then here is the layout. And again, I can zoom out to give you guys a little better view. So this is Adobe Illustrator. I use it all the time to make my still images. In fact, my still image is probably still loaded here. April 4th, still image. It is on my backup drive, so it has to spin up, but it is loading right now. So I use it all the time, so it's nice to be able to bring it on the screen and design these things, and I can also show the screen and draw on the screen in that app. I could also draw on my Wacom tablet, but I wanted to actually have Adobe Illustrator open up tonight because I was showing all those web pages as well. So now this is a JPEG version of my my still image, but I create my still images right here in Adobe Illustrator. I exported this as a JPEG 1920 by 1080, and that's what I bring into my live stream, and I can load my still image right now on the screen just by hitting the macro that loads it. And I can also roll my intro video all from macro. So thank you guys so much for joining me, hearing about Studio B, how far we've gotten, and the plans that I was able to create. Dominic and our plan to use Studio B as well. I will be in Studio B, and I may have a Studio A and B for a while. We will see. No pun intended. So thank you so much. I hope you guys got something out of this tonight. Again, lots of cool things that we talked about, right? So if I did me and the slideshow just to say goodbye, slideshow and me. Last week, if you remember, we unboxed and I demoed fire on the screen, all kinds of fun stuff. I even put fire on the screen during Zoom. I unboxed the Elgato new, larger mobile green screen, just so I could put a green screen behind me. Tonight we talked about the new MC Pros by Aputure. We also talked about these microphones now available from Rode. This is the new ME version of the one receiver, one mic kit. It's got better microphones. It's got better technology in it. And then we also talked about the video hubs. Again, Freddie sent me links to all 3 of these devices, and I think all 3 of these were released today. So video hubs, the Aputure MC Pro lights, and they are pretty exciting, and the new Rode Lav, or the Lav wireless microphone ME. So it's been a busy couple of weeks. We've learned a lot throughout the studio information tonight, and This is with the lights up there. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We even talked about my auto pull and adding extra ones of those to my new studio. So should be a lot of fun going forward here in the studio. There's lots of things to talk about. There's always new devices, and it's fun to be live each week. So with that, I'm going to say good night. Let me bring the chat up here just to make sure I haven't completely missed it. Freddie said thanks. Let's see if I can find any of these on my Wacom tablet. I think I said hi to Doug, but if I did not, welcome Doug. Also 180 Productions, thank you for showing up tonight. That is really, really cool. Too bad we do live in opposite coastlines, but that shouldn't stop us. My wife has a Visa that she uses that gets miles. I have a Visa that get miles. We try to do trips every so often, so maybe I can get over your way someday, Tony, or maybe I can give you some points and fly you out here. We'll have to see. But yeah, and I'm probably going to get the Ultimate. I don't know which one yet. I'm doing some research. So, but yeah, the new studio will definitely have, it might have more than one Ultimate, because if you want to shoot from different angles and do some high-tech graphics, then you need to have one for every camera. And the other thing cool about the Ultimate, guys, as we wrap up tonight, is that once you put it on the camera, right? So the camera goes to the Ultimate, you key out the background, you can put a still image in there. And if you buy the larger Ultimates, you can feed in HyperDecks. So I could do virtual sets with animations. I could even make a set where people are walking by my window. You would never know there's not a window in there. I could create whatever kind of window I want by shooting this window and the traffic and the houses. And I could put that window in whatever kind of scrim I want in front of it. It's amazing. So I could change curtains every week in green screen, and you would never know if I do it right, and I light it right. So now if you ask me to get up and open up the curtains, I'm going to have to know ahead of time, and I'm going to have to shoot me in here opening up the curtains, and then that's what I would cut to if you ever asked me to get up and open the curtains live. So yeah, I will be adding some Ultimates. Again, got to go out and raise some money, and obviously anything that you do here in Super Chats or supporting the channel, subscribing, watching my videos, a little bit of that comes in. Use the Amazon links. There's none in this video yet, but later tonight there will be. And as the MC Pros are available, I'll add those links. So anytime you use the Amazon associate links, I get a little bit of money in coupons from Amazon, and I used my last $52 coupon, thanks to you guys using my links, to buy the mobile Elgato XL green screen. And yeah, I have it. It's right here. There it is. Right there. So let's go back to this mic and wrap up. Thank you so much, guys. It has been an absolute pleasure. We're going to head out. I'm going to go pick up Dominic, and I'll see you guys next week here live. And watch for my video number 5 on the Stream Deck using Sideshow Effects plugins, packs. And there's quite a few steps. You need to take a keyboard shortcut and load it into Adobe Premiere. They make a pack for the Stream Deck Plus for DaVinci Resolve. In fact, they have a bunch of them. So watch that video. I take you through the steps of how to install the pack. And then I have a video 6 coming out on the Stream Deck Plus as well. And remember, there's already 4 videos here on my channel on the new Stream Deck Plus, and I absolutely love it. I use the scrub feature now all the time to adjust for frames. I do still images for some of my clients, and they send me their video footage that they've recorded, and then I take a still image from that and make them still images for YouTube. And I use the scrolling features right now to go frame by frame and get the perfect look. And then I capture that still, all using the Stream Deck Plus. So it's exciting. So check that out. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am Keith, and I will see you in the next video. And I will put this up here. I think that's very important. Have a great night. Thank you, Freddie. And yeah, have a great Easter holiday weekend. I will be upstairs assisting in a 6-camera production at our church. So they have a separate soundboard. Whoever's upstairs running the board has to count down the intro video for the main auditorium that rolls at the same time as the one for the live stream. There's a sound tech in the corner with a very high-end board behind a curtain, some sound panels, and I have to shout out to him the countdown because he starts the audio for the live stream as the auditorium starts the audio for the video. And then after the video comes up, got to call out all the shots for a complete band, a back camera, 4 cameras inside the auditorium. It was crazy. I got a chance to do a private stream on Sunday, and I will be up there assisting Jessica upstairs this Sunday. Crazy to be messing around with an 8K Constellation and using one of the MIDI Blackmagic Design controllers. It was absolutely a blast to put my hands on that. And even a Blackmagic camera mobile behind the stage shooting the drums and shooting things. I was telling him what shot I wanted. It was really, really fun. So if you'd like to know more about that, I have permission to show some of those still images, and we'll do that in a future video. Okay, so that's it for me, guys. I am talked out. You guys have a great Easter weekend, and I will see you next Tuesday right here. I am Keith. This is Life Journey Production Studios, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.